Shri Hanuman ji is one of the pivotal characters in Shri Ramcharit Manas. It's said that reciting Sundarkand every Saturday is fruitful in many different ways. Not only you can learn lessons from Sundarkand, but it gives you peace too. We used to recite it but never learned the hidden meaning behind it. But this time, when we decide to start our new weekend with Sundarkand part, I wanted to explain it to you all 27 fruitful lessons you can learn from it. This is when the thought came in my mind to share as an article with all the people around. Sundarkand is the fifth chapter of the seventh chapter of Shri Ramcharit Manas. It talks about realization of power within Shri Hanumanji, about execution of very difficult tasks and his journey to Lanka as a messenger of Sri Ram. Lesson from different incidents we can learn. Jamwant making Hanumanji realize his power which he had forgotten. We learn lesson from this. We all have some hidden qualities within us. The need is to just identify it. Each and every individual has some unique quality. All we need is to identify it and tap it. One should have friends just like Jamwant and value them as they help one to grow by identifying their hidden potential and boosting them. Next lesson is from the incident. Manak mountain offers help to Sri Hanumanji to take rest while his journey to Lanka. Hanumanji declines the help politely. Lesson from these incidents: be focused towards your goal. Don't give up until you reach your goals. However far they seem, sometimes there might be temptation midway to give up your goals, but do not fall for those. Be polite. Even when you have to say no, you don't have to hurt anyone's feeling while turning down their offer. Next incident was Sursa comes in the way of Sri Hanuman and wants to have him as a food. Sri Hanuman requests her to let him go and he will later on willingly enter her mouth. Sursa does not agree and starts increasing her size, and so does Sri Hanuman. Later he takes a very minute size and keeping his promise enters Sursa's mouth and quickly come out and escapes. We learn from this: only physical power cannot help you all the time. It's the intelligence too that is important. One should know how to use strength power effectively. The power should be used only when needed. Respect your words and be true to them. Next incident was after reaching Lanka, Sri Hanuman stops on a mountain. He looks carefully in the city that he has never been to and analyze. He decides to enter the city at night and in a very small form. Lesson from this: always understand or get overview of your problem. Look for the details and then make a plan. Next incident was Lankani noticed Sri Hanuman even in the tiny form and restricts him from going in the city. He hits her with a fist and then gets in the city. Lesson from these incidents: your actions should be based on what a situation requires for. Do as needed. Never misuse your power. In the city of Lanka, Sri Hanuman noticed Tulsi plant in a palace and a small temple with the sign of bow and arrow of Sri Ram. Thus he reaches Vibhishan's house, who later helped Shri Hanumanji. Lesson from these incidents: pay attention to even small details and think about logically. Next incident was Bibhishan explains that he loves and follows the Lord Ram. Even though he lives between demons, just like a tongue is soft and supple through, it's enclosed by hard and strong teeth. So, is he loving and following the Lord, though living among the demons? Lesson from these incidents: it's your actions that makes you the person what you are and not your company. Your company can have a least effect on you unless you yourself let that happen. No one can misguide you or lead you to wrong path unless you allow them. Sri Hanumanji approaches Sita carefully. He sits on a tree and sings praises of Lord Ram and then drops the ring of Lord Ram in front of Sita. When a person in a problem, don't just lead to action conclusion. Think from other person's point of view. Living so long among demons, if Sri Hanuman would have suddenly appeared in front of Sita ji, she might have considered him too as one of them or get scared. So instead, he created an environment of comfort by singing praises of Lord Ram and then gaining her confidence by giving Lord's ring as a proof. Next incident was after meeting Sita ji and conveying message of Lord Ram, Sri Hanumanji take permission from Sita and goes ahead to have a food in Ashok Vatika. We learn lesson from this: even when you are very busy or have some daunting or fun task ahead, still take out time for your daily, like having foods timely and all others activities. These are must for a healthy body and should not be overlooked for other stuff. Next was when Meghnad sends Brahmastra, Sri Hanumanji had enough power to avoid it. Despite a boon from Lord Brahma, Sri Hanuman bows down in front of Brahmastra. Lesson from these incidents: respect the power, knowledge of others. Be humble irrespective of knowledge, power, position you have achieved. There is no need to show off your power, knowledge, position by letting down others. Next incident was from Sundarkand when taken to the court of Lanka as a punishment to Sri Hanumanji. His tail is to be set on fire. He enjoys the situation by increasing his tail and amuses people around him. We learned lesson from these incidents. Fun is also important in life. Enjoy the every moment of life with some humor or fun. Sri Hanumanji, before leaving Lanka, burns the important place in Lanka. We should learn lesson from this. Sri Hanumanji knew that later Lord Ram will come with his army, so to help them, he already destroyed the important places that he had carefully studied and noted. Plan ahead and take action accordingly. Do not wait till the last minute to accomplish a task. Next incident was Sri Hanumanji returned back after completing the task assigned by Lord Ram and gives him a message of Sita ji. When Lord Ram praises Sri Hanumanji for his extraordinary work, Sri Hanumanji explained that he could accomplish the task assigned as he kept Lord Sri Ram in his mind, and it was because of his grace that he was successful in his mission. We should learn lesson from this. Have faith in the Almighty. Be humble. I did should not be the focus. If you are good at something, people will realize eventually. When you do good to others, don't keep remembering and reminding them. I'd this for you. Goodness qualities of a person can never be hidden. It will eventually be realized. It does not need marketing. Next incident was, or you can say next learning was, after receiving message from Shri Hanumanji, the army of monkeys start gathering on the other side of sea. Getting this news, Ravan hold a meeting on court and ask for suggestion for action to be taken by his courtiers. They laugh off the information and keep praising Ravan and satisfying his ego. We should learn from this. Always be vigilant. We should always be vigilant of advice from people around us. The adolescent will not lead you to path of growth, especially three people, doctor, teacher, and advisor. If they do not give you the true information, feedback, and only try to please you, by adolescence, your downfall is sure. Always surround yourself with people who will give you true feedback. Adolescence might please the ears, but it will certainly not help in your growth. Jai Shri Ram.